Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Thursday, March 30. Government has officially launched its National Financial Inclusion Strategy, NFIS, to engage more individuals and businesses in a stable and secure formal financial sector. The NFIS was unveiled at the Jamaica Conference Center on Wednesday. Speaking at the launch, Finance Minister Audley Shaw stressed that financial inclusion was a facilitator of economic growth, government's ultimate goal.
The National Financial Inclusion Strategy is the government's commitment to creating the enabling environment which makes it easier for Jamaicans to save, to invest, to do business and obtain relevant financial products and information to empower themselves. Financial inclusion is about prosperity and sustainable economic growth.
The strategy is structured around four main pillars of reform and a supporting infrastructure foundation. There are 11 impact indicators or targets to be achieved by the year 2020, under which there are 53 action items.
The action items cover several thematic areas, including consumer protection and financial literacy, very key, retail payments and financial infrastructure, housing finance, and medium and small business finance and agriculture, very key areas.
Implementation of the strategy will be managed by the Financial Inclusion Steering Committee, which is chaired by the Governor of the Bank of Jamaica. That committee will report to the National Financial Inclusion Council, which had its first meeting Wednesday morning. The council was established by the Minister of Finance, who is also chair of the body. Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid says he's in discussions with tertiary institutions to implement an affirmative action policy for poor and vulnerable youth. The policy will support state-funded bonded scholarships for PATH recipients who are pursuing degrees aligned to government strategic priorities, such as those in the global services outsourcing sector. Minister Reid says he's already had discussions with the University of the West Indies, which has expressed an interest in starting the program.
I'm going to have a shake-up, the whole education system, the whole tertiary system, to say we have to find a way to make sure all the same students who we are taking from the margin, who need to go from grade 11 to grade 13 and beyond, we have to find a path for them.
Minister Reid was speaking on Monday during a forum with stakeholders in the education sector. The forum was held to discuss how institutions must restructure to best meet the growing business process and knowledge outsourcing needs of the labor market. As of this Saturday, April 1, the Accountant General's Department, AGD, will only accept barcoded life certificates from pensioners. Accountant General Carleen Murdoch says the document will improve service delivery to pensioners.
We started to use the barcoding format about 2 years ago. And one of the reasons that we went to that, one of the main reasons we went to that format was that we were trying to avoid or prevent or mitigate some of the risks that are associated with just any life certificate being sent to us.
Mrs. Murdoch was addressing a recent JIS think tank. The Justice Ministry has embarked on an island-wide public education tour to raise awareness about human trafficking. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says Jamaica is aiming for Tier 1 ranking in the Trafficking in Persons report that's published by the United States Department of State. The country now has a Tier 2 ranking, which was upgraded last year from the Tier 2 watch list. Countries with a Tier 1 ranking are those whose governments fully comply with the minimum standards of the U.S. Trafficking Victims Protection Act.
So yes, the Jamaican government is looking at all legislation to ensure that we have the framework to deter human trafficking. Now, certainly, wherever we see exploitation, then what we are going to do is to ensure that these cases are brought to court and they will be dealt with expeditiously.
During Wednesday's launch of the public education tour, members of the Justice Ministry marched to Halfway Tree to hand out flyers, brochures, and bumper stickers with the message to stop human trafficking. The tour will continue during the next few weeks under the theme, Be Wise, Open Your Eyes, Spot Them, Stop Them, Report Them. And finally, the Department of Correctional Services, DCS, says there are no reports to suggest that the bus assigned to the Metcalf Street Secure Juvenile Center, which was damaged by gunfire Tuesday, was targeted by gunmen. Notwithstanding, a meeting was planned for today to discuss security concerns with representatives of the Ministry of National Security, the Department of Correctional Services, and the Denham Town Police. In the meantime, the DCS says the matter was reported to the Denham Town Police, who are investigating. A statement from the department reveals that at about 7:50 p.m. Tuesday evening, the windshield of the bus was damaged during gunfire along Hannah Street. None of the 3 members of staff in the vehicle at the time of the incident was injured. 2 of them who turned up for work received counseling. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.